And hello, everyone. I think all of this stuff should work. I hope so. Yes, it should work. So, my name is Alex, and I'm here today with Daniel, right? Daniel?
Nice to meet you
Yep.
guys. Hello, how's it going?
Daniel is a main developer of HYPERVIOLENT, one of the games that we somewhat helped to develop, to create, and then to market. And we just want to show it off, to tell you how interesting this game is, why probably you should get it, what kind of things you should expect there, and what kind of gameplay you will experience playing it. But before we'll do this, Daniel, you're like a main developer of the game, if not the sole developer. Like you've made most of the job on the project. Am I right?
Yeah, most of the game. We had a team that worked with us, primarily artists. That was
Mm-hmm.
one of the main things that we hired out was I'm not really a very good artist. I'm an environment artist, but I can't do characters and that kind of stuff. So we have a lot of people that helped us as far as level design and character art.
And you also mentioned me before the stream that there was like a good chunk of people who helped you with the sound, like who helped you with music, who helped you to write some soundtracks. You did some of them themselves yourself, but some of them were
Music.
from outside artists.
Correct. Yeah, I would say so. I did about 80% of the soundtrack, and I'm credited there as Our Star Is Dying. That's my,
Mm-hmm.
like, music name. But, and then the other 20%, 20 to 30%,
Mm-hmm.
was done by a great group. Each of our level designers, uh, my friends Zane, Clayton, they all developed tracks as well that go along with their levels. And then we also had music by Alexander Brandon, who did the
Mm-hmm.
soundtrack for Unreal Tournament and Deus Ex. And we also had tracks from um, Skaven, who also did tracks for Unreal Tournament and the Bejeweled games.
Mm-hmm.
So some pretty big names that helped us out. Those guys were great. You know, we went to them and we said, hey, like, we need a very faithful retro track, like drum and bass tracks from the 90s, like those games had. And yeah, they were very excited to do it. They put some tracks together for it.
I'm like an old-time Warhammer fan, so the word Skaven is triggering me in many ways than one, because it's one of
Sure,
the
sure.
races from the Warhammer. So it's like Skaven, hey, okay. But so it was mostly you, some artists that helped you along the way, some musicians who did like 20% of the soundtrack, and some level designers. Am I right?
Correct, exactly. But yes, I was the main dev. Kind of worked, built the engine out in Game Maker,
Mm-hmm.
and then just saw the game from start to finish, you know.
And how long did it take it for you to develop the game from the start to finish?
I had been working on the game as a hobby for like a year and a half,
Mm-hmm.
before 2020. But then when 2020 came around is when we got the publishing deal, you know, through you
Mm-hmm.
guys. And so 5 years from when we started the game to finish it.
Long road, but still, it was released. Right now, people can play the not an early access game version, like a whole version of the game. And let us try it out now, I think. Let me switch a bit. Yep,
Absolutely.
right now. Sorry, guys. Daniel will not be visible. Will not be visible during the game, but we will switch from time to time to the dialogue again, so we can discuss some things in like in more in depth. Okay, options. Let me make music. Okay, good enough. So, start, single player, load, and oh, save. So, one of the things that Daniel said to me before the stream that people saw the first level a lot in like in videos, on streams, everywhere. So what we'll be doing, we'll be playing starting from the second level to see maybe something that was not as overused in social media or maybe not even our posts before. Am I right, Daniel, or I missed something?
Correct. Yeah, exactly. You know, there's just so many little clips on YouTube or, you know, Let's Plays in there. The first level takes most people an hour to beat. And so, you know, naturally, you're going to see that first level a lot more in the content. Yeah, I figured we'd start some of the later levels. This is the second level. It's the admin hall. And that way we, you know, people get to see some new gameplay they haven't really seen before.
Okay, so first things first, what is so special about the game in terms of the main thing, main narrative? It's like a system shock meets. Give me a sec. It's I think a lot of System Shock related things in here. Am I right? Was it one of the things that you aspired to? Maybe something that you thought about while you was developing the game?
Oh yeah, definitely System Shock and Dead Space. The best way to put the game is basically it's got System Shock and Dead Space, but it looks like you know Doom or Strife. I
Mm-hmm.
always loved the 2.5D games right before people really figured out 3D, right? Like Quake and Unreal, that's like true 3D. I love those games too. Descent, which there is a lot of Descent influence in this game, but I really loved the look, and those are the games I grew up with. The 2.5D games where it's like half of the graphics are faked or it's sprite work. So I really wanted the game to look like that. Example, you're looking down, you can see your legs. You know, those are
Mm-hmm.
sprites. So I don't know of any games, any first-person shooter games where you can look down and see your legs, and the legs are also sprite-based. So I really wanted to basically max out what you could do with the 2.5D shooter, but as we were developing it, it naturally fell more into that System Shock, even a little Deus Ex type gameplay. And that's the kind of gameplay I enjoy more than super fast paced like Devil Daggers gameplay. I like this kind of gameplay. I like being able to,
Take your
examine
time.
corpses,
Mm-hmm.
examine computers, read data pads, kind of put together a narrative that way. If you just have straight Doom gameplay, you're not really able to put together the narrative in the same way. You've got to use cinematics or something because there's not a lot of text and basically lore and stuff. So I like to do it like this. It's a little slower. Weapons have stats, that kind of thing.
One of the things that I liked about it, because again, I am maybe not the expert on boomy shooters, on old school shooters, but being able to rock two kind of weapons in two hands, it was fun. And switch on the fly, this is something I enjoyed while going through like the first level of the game.
Sure, yeah, the dual wielding is definitely one of the main special points of the game. To me, it's funny. I'm an unorthodox video game designer. To me, dual wielding seems very obvious in games.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of games I played when I was younger that had dual wielding. The main one that comes to mind is a game called Heavy Metal Fact 2. It's a third-person shooter made on the Quake engine,
Mm-hmm.
and that game had dual wielding at all times. You could have a sword, you could have a shield, you have a sling, a gun. Um, and yeah, that dual wielding really stood out to me in that game, and it made me think like all these first-person shooters and third-person shooters have your player's got two hands. Almost none of them have dual wielding. So that was a non-negotiable for me, and it is one of the things that stands out about the game that people like about it.
About the shield, no, as far as I understood, there is like no chance to dodge the bullets. If the guy shoots it, you just tank it or hope he missed. Am I right, or am I missing something?
So no, that
Mhm.
is a misconception. None of the weapons in the game, none of the enemies' weapons in the game are hit scan.
Mhm.
Um, they just move quickly. You can definitely dodge it. You know, you're able to run in this game, which I think, looking at gameplay videos from other players, I think the running is
Like
definitely run
this,
and
yeah.
dodge. And if you stay on
Mhm.
the move, when you go into a room,
Mhm.
um, the firefights can play out more like Doom than I've seen people play them. So definitely, if you stay on the move and you've got the guns out, you can dodge the enemy's bullets. But yeah, the shield is definitely helpful as well. You've got to use the shield, so you have to use if you've got it in
Mhm.
your right hand, use that right attack, and then that'll just absorb the bullets most of the time. So
Yeah, it was a lifesaver. Gotta be honest with you. Give me a sec. Okay. And tell me more about the setting of the game. Like you mentioned Dead Space. Honestly, I was a bit shy mentioning it because this is the first thing that I thought about when I encountered like the main idea of the game, the main narrative of the game, or the space station going wrong type of stuff. It was just like something that came to my mind immediately.
was Dead
What?
Space? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So as far as the influence for the setting and everything, um, it's very also Event Horizon. So it's very Event Horizon and meets Dead Space. But we lean into the basic zombie narrative instead of sort of a more cosmic
Horror
horror,
mode. Yeah.
unexplained.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, yeah. So the basic, and it's basically zombie infection, but that actually does come from a cosmic horror aspect when you get later in the game. Another big influence on me as far as first person shooters is the old Volition title, Red Faction.
Mm-hmm.
And so the game owes a lot of its style and setting to Red Faction in that later part of the game takes place in the mines. It's all about sort of asteroid and mining setting. And to me, yeah, I love that Red Faction vibe of like digging underground and just all the horror of the caves and all that. So we have that later on in the game as well. There's definitely some red faction in there, as well
Okay.
as System Shock, Rogue AI kind of vibe as well.
I was a bit stun-locked on the first level when I was forced to enter the password manually, and I was trying to remember where did I see any kind of password before. So for now, I don't have anything for this console, but I think I will be looking out for them in a datapad that I will see maybe in this corpse. No, nothing.
Sure. So this level has kind of got a spiral, kind of a winding spiral. So definitely, I'd say firstly, make sure that you're looting every corpse you find, or the ammo scarcity is going to continue to be a problem. You're going the right way now. You've got to clear all this area. There's some puzzles you got to do, and then you'll get that password for that computer. And this is how a lot of the game plays, which kind of shocked some people. If they're not willing to sit down and read datapads and computer logs and do some backtracking, I'll be honest, this probably isn't their kind of game, because this game has a lot of that. You have to put together a narrative in your head from the stuff that's provided to you, and then go from there.
Yeah, exploring, understand. Like, this is not something you can go through mindlessly without thinking. Like running straight does not work here. Oh, shotgun, please.
Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly. It doesn't. If you're trying to just mindlessly run around without the reading or doing any of the looking for special items and stuff, you will feel stuck pretty quickly. Even on the first level, there's the reactor puzzle. You've got to retrieve that severed arm out of the reactor to restart it. Yeah, if you're not looking around for visual clues and stuff, you'll just be totally stumped. I miss those kind of games. There was a time, I was around when games like Myst was a thing, and so I think we don't have enough of those games at all anymore. Everything's just like run and gun extraction shooter. It's not my vibe. It's not the kind of game I want to make.
I
You'll
also
talk to
suck
him
at
later
extraction
on.
shooters, so no, I can somewhat emphasize with you. Can I talk with him or not for now? I think not for now. No, no.
Yeah, you'll meet him later on. You
Okay.
can't, not through here. You'll go on later on.
Good. And although, as we discovered on a previous stream, I'm somewhat geographically challenged. So even on the first level, I was lost a bit, like more times than once. I gotta be honest. At some point, I was like, where do I need to go? How do I need to proceed? But in the end, I was able to figure it out on myself, which is a good thing, because most of the time I was just looking through the game. I went through the level again, and I was able to find everything I need without any YouTube clues, maybe some walkthroughs and so on. So, which is a big loss, because most of the time I just give up and I Google some guide to how to open this door or that door.
Sure. You're getting close. You're getting close now to the password. You're also getting close now to one of the coolest weapons of the game, which we'll see here in a little bit. Definitely, that was a criticism we had, was that the levels were too sprawling. I think there was one design decision I was very stubborn on. There's a weapon upgrade back there by the toilet. But a decision I was very stubborn on was not having a mini map in the game, not having a map you could explore. There's a map on one level, but it's not a main feature of the game. And so probably in a future update, I will add a full map to the game, because that is something that people really, it stood out to them as a problem. So that is probably something I will add, is a full map for the game.
Like for every level, detailed map with everything. But
Yeah, for every level. Yep, adding one for every level that you can review, just by hitting M or something. And that way, like you said, for people that are, not as, a little bit directionally challenged, or like I said, the levels are sprawling, it definitely, you're not alone in that. Maybe they can drop breadcrumbs or markers as well, see computer terminals, save terminals, that kind of stuff. Definitely something I want to add if I get the time.
And Give me a sec. Oh, I love ammo. Okay, so I need to read those. Please give me a number. Please give me a number. Finally, engineers see you. To ensure that you are able to access our system, we have created a computer login for you with the following credentials. Okay, I need to. I wasn't able to.
So the game
Say
will
it.
save this data that you can look at later
Okay.
when you go back to the other computer.
Okay, let me try to, because the computer on the first level, I wasn't able to crack it. I opened only the door with it was like mandatory to
So I
progress
would
through the
ask you to go
level.
back real quick because you're missing a weapon that you're supposed to find on the other side of the map. So I would ask you to follow back.
No. I will be going back to the computer that we found at the beginning of the level, right?
Yeah, but there's something else back here too. There's a weapon you need to get. It's the mind control
Yeah,
weapon. So I would go where you found that notepad.
I will come back to it later after the computer. I don't think it should be a problem, or it will be, or I will be forced to progress through the computer there. I think I can.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, password was. Give me a sec. That was something I struggled with. Is the access to.
So I'll show you. If you hit the tab key, you can see your notepads. Yeah, there you go. And then go on the right, and
Okay.
you'll be able to see.
Okay. And so the password is. No, it's. It's not that.
Yeah, it's in the entries. At the very top.
Resolution urgency. Okay. Yep. Resolution urgency. Okay, damn it.
So it's just resolute.
Resolute. Okay. Yeah, give me a sec. Yeah, resolute urgency. Yeah. Resolute urgency. Okay. Notice security breach log. There's also some security breaches. It's like a technical type of thing. No. No. It's a timeline of what happened here, right? Yes.
Yeah, and there's lots of funny Easter eggs in here. If you scroll down to the one that happens on the night before Christmas, I think there's an Easter egg of Santa Claus coming to the space station or something like that.
Yeah. Location furnace room, event unauthorized access via furnace exhaust. I see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, coming down the chimney. If you go to the storage guidelines, then there's the password for the storage room, which is what you're in here for.
Okay, before entering the storage, I will scan the. Okay, security protocols. Maybe security protocols. Yeah, found it. 761. God damn. Says the datapad. Anything else? Nothing. We can log out. 761. Good.
And watching people play the game, I recognize that a lot of people are not trying to get this deep level of puzzle solving, and so of course there's ways, right? Oh, you're gonna want to go down, not up. You don't want to go back. And so I recognize there's ways to make that simpler, right? Like every single password could be highlighted in a different color. I've seen games now where when you go through a computer log and find a password, it just saves the password automatically. And then when you go to the pin pad, you don't even have to enter the password. It just goes in by itself. And and I get that, but definitely not the kind of game that we made here. So it should make System Shock 1 fans happy. I don't know, how many people that play modern games that come out are going to be happy with it, but definitely what we were trying to accomplish.
Hey, there is like a big, I know, a lot of type of audience out of here who are enjoying different types of game. So 761. So, for example, some people are enjoying a more modern approach where everything is where the game like helps you by quite a lot by following you through your every action. Okay, see, I don't have enough space. Unlock. Helps you out with
And you could
everything.
drop all those extra guns. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So like sometimes, yeah, game treats you like a kid. Some games do not.
Exactly.
These game thinks you an adult. You know. Okay,
Correct. Exactly.
okay, that was way too fast. Okay. Do I want to check it? Do I have a choice? Um, let me see. Oh, hi guy.
If you think I look bad, you should see the other guy. I'm finished. I can't go on, I know that. I'd only slow you down. But here, take my nano card. It'll let you
Hey!
into the lower deck.
It's
We
your
were having a
voice.
party there. Maybe you
Correct.
can still escape.
You were able to hide it pretty well. I understood it on like on one or two word. I heard like your mannerism, like how do you pronounce those words? But it's your voice.
Yeah, I like doing a little voice acting here and there. I did a lot of the voices in the game as well, which when you're an indie dev, that's just kind of how it works.
He gave me a blue card. Okay, and who is voicing the girl? Like who the tutorial girl? Like who help you out with the controls? Is it your friend?
Mhm.
Or it's just some voice actor that you hired?
So it's my girlfriend that does the voice of the stuff.
Okay, so
There's a lot of effects applied to that voice to make
you
it
said
sound
something
robotic and stuff.
about a weapon. Is it here?
So just keep going down. It's where you found the Just keep going back where you
Okay.
found the password to the computer, and there's a
Okay.
back room. So you're headed.
Nothing
Looks like you're headed
here.
right, and there's a back room in the back right.
Okay, not this. Okay. Hi guys.
Now you're on the right. And so what we're about to find is the Neurotether 99. It's one of my favorite parts about the game. And once you get this gun, the dynamic of the game really changes. This isn't something that we've marketed very well. I think we could definitely make some special trailers just for this feature later on in the game. What this Neurotether gun does is, if you shoot an enemy with it, you control the enemy from first person.
What?
And you can use it on most of the enemies in the game. Yeah. So at that point, it really changes the dynamic of the game. It can change how you solve puzzles because you can use the enemies to go flip switches and stuff like that. Lots of cool stuff there.
Okay, some repairs.
So yeah, this lets you repair items if you have enough scrap material. And later on, you get a device that lets you crush spare weapons and loot up into material. So you're actually able to have a kind of repair ecosystem going on.
Okay, nothing here. So, I need to try this gun out. I'm so interested. Please die. Okay, thank you. Please say me that you are screaming right now. Like, is your scream or just some, I don't know, audio beat that you bought on the side?
The audio, the screaming, and the zombies. Nope, we're all done by my friends Ryan and Cameron. They did all of the enemy zombie sound effects. And my friend Ryan, he actually unfortunately passed away. He also made some levels and music for the game. But he did a really good job with the sounds as far as the screaming and the zombies vocalizations. He got really into it. He did like a 2-hour session or something. Just did all kinds of mangled screams and moans, and yeah, it turned out really good.
Okay.
Now you've got that weapon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the way it works is you have unlimited ammo for this because the ammo recharges.
Mm-hmm.
And so you just shoot somebody with it and then you become them. Now your body is vulnerable while you're in control mode of the enemies. So you got to be careful with it. And also the enemies don't have very much health. So you'll die pretty quickly when you're possessing one of the zombies.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty fun mechanic.
Okay. Let me
But
try it
now
out.
you've got the blue key card, so you can go back to the
Yeah, I
beginning of
could
the
go back
level
to the
and then
left
go
to
down the
open it. Yep.
stairs.
Yep. 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 Although I need to. Not here. I will be checking those rooms a lot. Nothing, nothing, nothing. I think it's here, right? So, no, no, no.
It looks like you're headed the right way, and then you'll go up the stairs and back
Mhm.
down the elevator, and then you'll be on your way.
Okay.
Good luck.
Uh-oh. Does he... Oh, goddamn.
Yep. He left. He left the chat.
Remind me, what is the rating of this game? I forgot.
I believe it's just rated M.
Oh, it's not that bad. So, give me a sec. Should be here somewhere,
Oh,
right?
just keep going up. Yeah, keep going up, and then down the elevator, and now you're on the right path.
Nope. Nope.
There's also
nope.
there's no fall damage, so you
Mhm.
can just drop down.
Not here. Okay. This is somewhat embarrassing, but let's try it.
No, yeah, you were right. You go down the elevator, and then you
Mhm.
go back through. So you're not on the staircase part anymore.
Mm-hmm. What the hell, eh?
Back up. Yeah,
Mhm.
back up that ramp.
And not here. This is okay. Maybe here. No.
Yeah, so yeah, no, it's there's a ramp down there
Mhm.
at the bottom of the elevator.
Okay.
So where the elevator was, you got to go down that ramp,
Mhm.
and then there's a save terminal.
Give me a sec.
That's the right direction.
Okay, that was fun. For a time, please don't kill me. Good. Okay. So, you were talking this ramp, right? I hope. Here.
Yeah. You're headed the right way now.
Yep. I remembered.
Yeah, so the enemies don't have a ton of health, so when you possess them, you die pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But in whatever enemy it is, you get their weapons too. So if you shoot the green guys, you have their LMG. If you shoot the big shotgun guys, you can get their big shotgun. Yeah, you got to go way back to the beginning of the level
Mm-hmm.
to do the blue.
I thought that it would be better for me to make a save before,
Very smart, very smart.
just in case. Here and somewhere here, I think. Yep. Nope. This is too much, I think. I've come to the very beginning.
Yeah, so it's just down. So you take a right, you go down that staircase in the other room.
Yep, found it. Yeah, so it as much as an exploring game as like a shooter game. Let's try this again. Let's go. Okay, good enough. Good enough for me.
Very cool. Very cool.
Anything interesting in corpses? Nothing, I think. But I will check anyway, cause Regular zombies do not have anything interesting on them most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah. They'll sometimes they will drop something, but usually the melee guys, they don't have that much loot.
Okay, let me try to sneak on him. Good enough. Ammo. Ammunition only. Let's go. Good, good. So I think I'm gonna need a yellow keycard. Good, good. Okay.
This is one of my favorite levels that we did. This club area kind of got a very cyberpunk feel to it. Those rotating statues in the middle. Our level designer Zane actually made those from scratch, and they really set the mood of this kind of very decadent Art Deco space station.
The first thing that comes to mind, seeing this not like a cyberpunk, but more like Bioshock, first Bioshock, like not, or maybe the second one. No, the first one. When there was like a lot of artsy type of things that are on location, because it was like a rich, private, I know, resort in a sorts.
Exactly, and that's what this area of the space station is. This is one of the elites on the space station. So yeah, it's got that kind of rich, decadent feel. Another thing that statue is a reference to is the film Scarface, where he's got in his main mansion he has this statue
Yeah.
with the three ladies and they're holding the Earth, and it says "The world is yours." That's kind of a reference to that as well. So here in this little club area, there's lots of women and drugs and and all those sort of things here in this area.
Shield and the okay. For now, my favorite combo is shield and the X. It's like there is something close to me on emotional level to go through the level with this loadout. This die?
Absolutely.
This die?
Oh,
This
it's one of
die?
my favorite combos too. Absolutely. And there's more shields and more melee weapons later in the game. There's an energy fencing sword later on, and an energy shield also. So yeah, I
Energy
love the
shield?
melee and
Hell
shield
yeah.
combos. Yeah, I love the energy shield combos.
I have like I think this X like does like damage 10. What else does damage 10? Shotgun is damage 7. The regular pistol is 4. So it's not only like a fun combo, it's the most effective one, at least. That's how I killed the boss. I tried to kill him with shotgun. I failed miserably more than once, but then I took the axe and the shield and swooped him in like one take.
Yeah, it's definitely a good combo. I know that a lot of the guys from Fulcrum love the melee and shield combo also.
Goddamn, I'm the same as everyone in this regard. Nothing unique about me. It is kind of sad.
Oh no, it's okay. It's just an OP combo.
Disengage.
There's some cooler weapons later than this. We have got over 20 weapons. There's sniper rifle. There's a lightning gun. Full-blown rocket launcher. Definitely, there's a ripper gun. It's basically like an angle grinder. Definitely one of the things this game has given players is a lot of different weapon combinations. So it's definitely not something people can say we didn't put a lot into. There's a ton of weapons in this game.
Okay, I think I turned something off on the first, I don't know, level of this building, so I can go through right now. At least I should.
Yeah, there's glass in the dance floor that moves, and now you can loot the bodies there.
Can drink, sadly, but can take health. Good enough for me. Okay, anything interesting here? Yellow. Hell yeah. Okay. That was not that easy.
Good news
Next.
is though you've completed the level, so you made
But
pretty good time actually on Admin Hall.
yeah. Okay. If uh, I was slow, maybe in a sense that I got lost like 2 or 3 times, but other than that, yeah, like I'm playing on a normal difficulty, so the enemies are not that punishing, and the economy, ammo
Sure.
economy is not that does not destroy me in every sense possible. Oh, some achievements, hell yeah.
509 Dave 16 in the chat says, "Would you say Hyperviolent is similar to an immersive sim like System Shock?" Yeah, it's definitely an immersive sim. System Shock, Deus Ex, big influences for this game.
Okay, let me switch to our dialogue. They can see you now. People can see you now again, although you are a bit
Perfect. Perfect.
pixelated for now.
That'll happen. That'll happen. You know,
Okay,
we got pretty internet's pretty far away.
I wanted to discuss another thing that you told me about before the stream. The guy that sits behind you, besides you, like yeah, it is a
Sure.
statue. Can
So this,
you tell me the story? Of course, it's hella pixelated right now, but still, anything interesting about this guy?
yeah. So I'll move it closer. Maybe the pixelation will go away. So this is a statue that we did. We had this commissioned. It's hand sculpted, and this is actually what we used to do the photography for the
Mm-hmm.
title and the menu art of the game. And so this is our hyper guy right there, our hero, and he's got all the zombie arms coming up around him. And then when we painted them black, and they fade to black, so that whenever we did the photography on the black background, it just sort of fades away, and it's got that very terrorizing look of like the hands coming up around him.
And this is something that your friends did, or maybe you commissioned it, or it's just something that you did with the Fulcrum helps, or how did you create this?
Yeah, we know. I commissioned a sculptor. His
Mm-hmm.
name is Marco. He's out of Florida, and and he did a really great job with it. When I originally contacted him, he thought that we want him to do a 3D sculpt like on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because he had sent us the proof. He's like, "Yeah, here you go." Like that'll be, $800, $900, whatever. And we're like, "Yeah, that looks great." But we saw your earlier work. We'd seen his earlier work that was traditional clay sculpting. We said no, like we wanted a clay sculpture. And so and then me and him got it figured out, and he agreed to do a clay sculpture. And then, and it was a lot more than the $900. And then we got it done. And then my friend Gage actually painted it. Gage also helped me with achievement icons for the game's art as well. So looks great. We love it.
And one more thing that you again told me before the stream and during the stream, that you've done like 80% of the music in the game, but you're not a musician, or do you? You said you have
No,
a
yeah, I
band.
do. I've done music my whole life. I've done music
Mm-hmm.
longer than I've made games. Hyperviolent is my first game that I've, fully finished. But
Mm-hmm.
I've done music since I was like 13 or 14. And for the last 10 or 15 years, I've under the name Our Star is Dying. And so that's where it's credited in the game as Our Star
Mm-hmm.
is Dying. Yeah, and I did a lot of the soundtrack as well.
What else did you done like in music world, like some kind of band, maybe music for the other games, or maybe some short movies or something?
Sure. So yeah, I have an album out as Our Star is Dying. I put out in
Mm-hmm.
like 2018, working on another one now. But as far as music I've done for other games, I did the soundtrack for a game called Repose. That's a
Mm-hmm.
really good one. It's kind of a dungeon crawler, turn-based horror. Um, and then I've done the music for a game called Synthetic that's still in development.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually got an IMDb page, so I ended up with an IMDb page that was cool.
Hell yeah.
Um, and I did music for a lot of indie games, before the big indie renaissance. I come from the game maker world, and
Mm-hmm.
so everyone now is like Unity and Unreal. But I started in Game Maker in 2004. And a lot of big games are made with GameMaker, namely, I think MapleStory, Hotline Miami was made in GameMaker. My friend Jonathan made Hotline Miami, and so I come from that
Wait,
GameMaker world.
you are a friend with the developer of Hotline Miami?
Back in the day, I was absolutely, and a lot of guys came from that very indie world. So I did
Mm-hmm.
music for a lot of indie games back then, but these are games that are lost now. This is before the big indie renaissance in like 2013, 2014. So
Mm-hmm.
if you were putting out an indie game in 07 or 08 or 2009, like that era, people didn't really notice because it was a very niche thing. That was before Steam Greenlight. So
Mm-hmm.
if you were an indie game developer in 2007, you couldn't even put a game out on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
Like there wasn't an option for you to do that. But yeah, I did a lot of music back then as well.
Okay, and you said about the game maker and you created some kind of engine on yourself. Can you tell more about this? What kind of engine? What is interesting about it? What things that it allows you to do? Maybe something unique, like I think the gun that allows you to enter your enemy consciousness is somewhat a product of your own engine in a way, or not?
Sure. Well, so yeah, everything you see in the game is built from scratch. Game
Mm-hmm.
Maker is a pretty simple engine. And Russell and the guys over at Yo-Yo Games, they've done a great job with Game Maker, but it just isn't
Mm-hmm.
a 3D engine. Like they have 3D functionality, you can draw things to the screen, but
Mm-hmm.
that's where the functionality ends in Game Maker. There is no 3D collision system, there is no ray casting, there's no per pixel lighting. We had to build all of that from scratch. My friend Nikita actually helped me with some of those shaders and the deep 3D math stuff. But yeah, we built our 3D functionality and engine on top of GameMaker completely. We don't even use the basic level editor that comes with GameMaker. We have our own software for that too. And
Mm-hmm.
what it did is it allows this game looks very unique. So and nothing against them, but there's so many shooters and retro shooters that come out every day, and they all look very similar because even if your art style is different, if you're in Unity or you're in Unreal, it's the same renderer over and over again. It all looks very similar, I think. And this game obviously is very pixelated and retro looking. I'm not saying it's a great looking game, but it is the look that we went for. And our engine allows it to render in a very true to fashion way. It looks like early Descent. It looks like
Mm-hmm.
System Shock 1. It's very the pixel edges are very sharp and the rendering is approximated. So your vertex lighting. So that's what the engine really helped us do, is have a unique look.
It's a very stylized look, like in indie space, especially in like old school shooters, going through to the I know for the best graphic available, best graphic possible is not interesting, maybe not feasible, not even a smart thing to do. So creating your own look to stand out in hundreds and hundreds of games, it's I think it's the best way to do it in many ways than one.
Sure, yeah, we thought so too. I'm pretty proud of the visual look of the game. We hired a lot of really talented pixel artists and
Mm-hmm.
guys that used to work in the field. Like we took Amiga artists, some of those guys, and brought them back to do some of the graphics in the game. So I'm really happy with the pixelated look. It's not for everyone, but definitely what we were going for.
It works. It works as people can see right now. Not right now, but like 5 minutes before on the screen. It works great. To a good effect. It's not a visually the most stunning game of the 2025, but it is something that's interesting to explore. It's something that you will not forget. It's unforgettable. It's very distinct in while also referencing a lot of games. Like you've discussed that you thought about Bioshock. Oh, not Bioshock. I thought about Bioshock. System Shock, Dead Space. What else? You said about Descent, I think, right?
Descent and
Yeah.
Red Faction. Red Faction really influenced the vibe. Not the Red
Mm-hmm.
Faction wasn't pixely or anything. Red Faction influenced the vibe And the 2.5D, the build engine games like Duke Nukem, Shadow Warrior, that kind of influenced our use of the sprite work and the 2.5D levels. Descent, excuse me, Descent was a big influence on the game. And later in the game, there's actually a whole section where you get to fly around in a 6 Degrees of Freedom ship. So, and then there's videos of that online as well. I don't think we probably won't get to it today, but that's a really cool section also. And it's a true 6 Degrees of Freedom. So you can flip your ship upside down, you can barrel roll, bank, all that kind of stuff. You
So
fight
yeah,
these robotic drones.
what was I telling? That while the game, and it looks reference a lot of the games in many ways, it still stays unique and visually distinct. So it stands on its own in a good way, while also successfully referencing them. But let us come back to it for maybe another half an hour to go through another level, and then come back to another little chat, I think.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's do it.
Give me a sec. Here, let's go. What do we have here? Oh wait, I need to turn the music on because I've turned it off for our discussion. Here. Uh-oh. Okay, while I was walking in the music, I almost died. Okay, here. What can you tell about this area? Like, the last area was a big club for reach, but I think we are even deeper in on this kind of vibe. Like, this is a bar.
Yeah, this area is still part of the admin hall. It's the end of the admin hall. So this is more of like a front lobby for the admin hall. There's a little bar area. But this is before the club area. Basically, a lot of this game is played in reverse of what a guest at the space station would experience it, you know? And so, yeah, this is a lobby for the admin hall.
In reverse, like, so.
Well, like just from the gameplay method, like we were deep in the admin area, but now we're in the lobby, and then from there you'll kind of go on to the biodeck area and the med area and that kind of stuff.
Okay, please.
This
Pills.
only contains space station. So on the space station, there's a med bay, there's a biodeck which has like plants and stuff growing out in it, and it's got water and those sorts of things. It's like a whole outdoor area on the space station, and that's the area we're coming up on next after this, where they grow all their food and things.
Please, thank you. I'm trying to be somewhat conservative with my ammo because I know that they run fast, like run out. I will be searching
Another
for
way
ammo.
Another way
like
you can conserve your ammo is the game has headshots. So if you aim up a little bit and try to hit them in the head, you can save ammo with the headshots.
I think it's done more like for balancing, but when you are trying to use a shield, you have no crossroads, so you are aiming by the dream, hopes, and prayers.
Correct, exactly, yep. No crosshair when you're doing the shield, so you can still shoot, but results may vary.
Data pad, okay, good. What else?
Now on this level, you're going to get the Cruncher. The Cruncher lets you salvage spare items into materials to repair your weapons with.
Which is good, because my shield is running on its own last breath.
Yes. And also, when you go to your inventory screen, I think if you have more than one repair kit, just drop one of those, because you don't need two.
Okay.
It never, like, wears out or anything.
This is the one, right? Yes. Yep. Okay. Don't need it.
I would
Good.
also probably throw that arm out of your inventory. I don't think you need that severed arm. It's kind of a joke. Like it's in the game just as a gag. It's not a great weapon.
Um, it looks like one of those things that you want to carry until the end of the game because you are committed to the beat. Like I'm gonna use this hand because I can, and because can I repair this hand? Yes, I can,
You
which
can
is
repair the hand. Yeah, you can. Also,
uh,
while you're on your inventory screen, I would use that weapon upgrade that you picked up to
mm-hmm.
make one of your guns stronger. Probably a
I
shotgun.
shotgun, yeah. Right click to use, install into shotgun. Good. What else can I do? It's here. I'm gonna need it. I don't need this sorting and this. I'm not gonna abandon the head. It's my friend now. Micro crunch.
No,
Okay.
you are very committed to the bit.
Yep.
You could also
Oh.
you could also probably drink one of your sodas. That would help too. They'll give you a little bit of health.
Okay.
Now the way
So.
so the cruncher isn't a weapon. All you have to do is just drag your items to it, and then
Okay.
it will salvage them.
So, for example, I can salvage those pistols and baton that I used. Like, for example, no. Yes, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure. Good. Now I know what to do
And
with all those pistols.
exactly. So now when you find scrap items, and even from the loot screen now, you can, when you're looting a body, you can scrap the items right from the loot screen. So you never even have to pick them up.
There was some pistols on there, I think. No? No. Okay.
But make sure you still have one repair kit at least. Very good.
Nothing here. Nothing here.
See, these are the mechanics I think that sets the game apart, is that most of these, a lot of these retro shooters, they don't have weapon repairing. They're not trying to be RPG games. And then in a lot of ways, this is trying to be an RPG game. So it was definitely a polarizing choice, but I feel like there aren't enough games that exist like this. When I play the game subjectively, not as a developer, but just play it for fun, it does gives me like Deus Ex vibes, maybe even No One Lives Forever a little bit. So just having a lot of inventory stuff that you're dealing with, and so that's enjoyable to me. So I really hope that this game can kind of find that audience, and I don't know if that audience right now is very much into the retro like boomer shooters. I think that's kind of a different audience. They want like a movement shooter. I think of games like Maximum Overdrive or Sulaco with like a lot of jumping and running and sliding. This obviously is not that kind of game, but I do think, or at least I hope, that an audience exists for this kind of more depthful gameplay. Maybe we just haven't totally found them yet, but we're working on it.
Okay, I think I need to repair my shield before this, because this is gonna be painful. Repair. Good. Let's go. Anything? Anything? It's cleared. So I need to come back at the beginning, right?
Well, there's a other door that's open.
Other door, yeah, found it. Good. Wait, no. Scrap everything. Take street. No. Take ammunition. And street. Here we go. Great. Next. What I love about the game the most, at least for now, is how, as you said, methodical it is, because the idea of fast-paced, movement-based shooter is somewhat, I don't know, overused a bit. Like you need a really interesting gimmick for you to capture the audience. Like for example, Forgive Me Father, have an a perfect gimmick of Lovecraftian horror, interesting weapons, and so on. But other than that, a lot of, as you said, games that are one-to-one copies of each other, nothing original or interesting about them. While your game offers something unique and find to hard in today's environment. Or at least that's what I think.
And I wouldn't even say that those games are doing nothing original. And and what they're doing very well is there's a formula, and they're executing on the formula really well. It's working out great for them. Some of those games are selling 100,000 copies. But like Forgive Me Father has a super unique art and a very kind of,
yes,
like
Forgive
you
Me
said,
Father
like
is a king in
Lovecraftian.
its own regard. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love that game, and it has like almost like an Edgar Allan Poe vibe to it too. So I love that about that game. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of games that are formulaic, and this is definitely doing its own formula. Which, I mean, in a lot of ways, that's been a punishment for us, because people play it and they don't get it. They're in the reviews, they say, we don't understand. What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? Why am I reading stuff? It's like, that's okay, But I do think an audience exists for it.
You. Please, please, please. Great. So again, ammunition and
the password that you're looking for is written in blood on the wall in that room.
For real? God.
So you'll need your flashlight out.
Yeah.
And then you can see the password.
Let me loot a bit before severed head. Can I take it? Can I take it? Sorry, severed.
No, we're not total
hand.
psychopaths. You can't take the severed head.
I'm. Oh, found it. 1288. Right. Let's try this. 1288. Okay. Great.
So this next level you'll enter is it's the grow area of the biodeck. So it's not the outdoor part, but it's the internal part where they grow a lot of plants and food and stuff. And on this next level, you actually get to do some crafting in order to make bombs. You can craft bombs, you can craft health vials.
Okay. And another achievement. Great. Let me see.
Now entering biodeck.
One of the... Whoa. Wait, can I take it? Yes, I can. And I think I will be using this in crafting, right? I think
so. Yep.
It's like a good tutorial that, hey guy, you can take it and you are gonna use it a lot. Please die. Thank you. So, in terms of like the settings that are here, we had like a rich posh area. We are in a bio area, and you said that there will be like an open area in space. What was your favorite to work on? Like, what is the area that made you proud the most of your work?
I think the area I'm the most proud of is the outdoor biome. So in the outdoor biome, we have like dirt and terrain. There's water pools you can swim in. It's raining the whole time. Even though you're in a space station, it's artificial rain, but it's raining. And so, which I always love, that it's a really deep reference. There's an old science fiction movie called Solaris. And in Solaris, there's a part where he's trapped on this planet, and the planet is like tricking him. And so the planet is showing him a memory of his home. And in the memory, it's raining, but it's raining inside the house, not outside the house, because the planet Solaris doesn't understand how rain works to a human. And so, so in this biome area, it's raining inside, and you can swim, there's terrain, there's lots of trees. That was my favorite part to work on, because it's not like the rest of the game. The rest of the game is obviously very tight, like LED lit corridors. And so that area is outside and organic.
Okay, it's gonna end badly for me. Space. Do not lock in.
Lock in, chat. Lock in.
Okay, good. What is that? It is unused laboratory ground round bottom flask. Okay, I will take it just in case.
Yeah, you'll need the flasks for the crafting part.
And this is terror rifle. Ammo 10, precision 8, damage 9. Nice. What can
So
I?
this terror rifle, my daughter actually designed this. Her name is Atera, and she actually designed this. Went to my kids. I've got 3 kids, but I went to my kids and I said, hey, like, you guys designed some guns for the game, and they drew it out on paper. And this was my favorite one. It's this plant gun, basically, like shoots like a planty goo stuff.
This story is so good that I was forced to strip the poor hand to take the gun because I did not have enough space to do this. So yeah, sorry hand. I need a cool plenty gun.
Yeah, the hand had a good run. That hand had a good run. He was with you through thick and thin.
And this is gonna destroy. No, no, good. The ability to just kick the guy, love it.
The kicking, yeah, had to have it. Good Duke Nukem 3D reference right there. Mighty Foot engaged.
Okay, nothing to take here, I think, other than save. Let's go. Maybe here? No.
Yeah, we made the save terminals, look different than the other computers. That way that you could tell that all you were doing on them was saving. So.
I need to scrap something else because I don't have enough space here. I think I can say goodbye to what? LMG? No. No. I can drink all the cola. Yes.
The inventory is a little hard on this level because they're the crafting ingredients. But no, the crafting only takes place on this level and the next level, and so after that, it won't be a huge deal.
Still, I'm gonna drink everything that I can. That's what
We've
he
seen some
said
feedback from players that the inventory should be larger. What do you think? Maybe in a future update, give the player can find a backpack that can make their inventory larger?
At least from my point of view, getting the big backpack at the start of the game invalidates the whole idea of the backpack, like not backpack, inventory. So as an upgrade, as something that players can find, which will reward them for exploring the level, it would work great. Like if you try to search every nook and cranny, you will find another row for your inventory. Great. That would work.
Yeah, I think I agree with that as well. I think good additions would be the backpack and then the mini map, adding the map. And maybe that can even be an item the player has, so they have to make a choice, like the map takes up space or whatever. But yeah, definitely backpack later in the game. Because like around here, it starts to get a little tight. Like it'd be useful if you had more space.
Damn. I need my shield. 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 Let's go. Hell yeah! Good. What is that? Power cells. Okay. Good. And those guys are like some kind of workers from this biodome, right? Wait.
Exactly. Yeah, they were kind of wearing like a hazmat, like a clean suit. And yeah, they're all infected zombies, but they used to be workers.
And okay, let me test this gun because I was running with him for like 5 minutes and still didn't make a single shot from it. Let me try it. No? Okay. Let me see what you've got.
It's pretty fast paced too. It fires pretty.
Oh, okay. Nice. Please, 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 please. That was it was a perfect time to pick it up and use, because I think if I was trying to kill it with a, I don't know, shotgun, I would be dead in a second.
Yeah, those
What was
guys,
that?
those guys. We added those enemies for it was one of the Lovecraftian
Mm-hmm.
sales, and we added them to kind of put a little more Lovecraftian vibe in there. It's called the XRG. He's half plant, half zombie. So
Mm-hmm.
those guys are cool. They've got tentacles and stuff. And a lot of
Uh,
the lore on this level is about how the XRG has escaped its containment and grown.
mm-hmm.
They're not the main plot enemies, but it's like a side thing that's going
Side
wrong.
quest, yeah.
Basically, this Commodus space station was doomed from the start. They were doing so many things on this space station. Something was bound to go wrong.
Like, I don't know. I think we'll encounter a bit more like types of things that will, I don't know, crush and burn the station in the future, even if the zombies did not showed up earlier. Like those guys, plant guys, maybe something else, maybe some technical malfunction here and there. So it's something that is, as you said, was doomed from the beginning, right?
Yeah, exactly. And what they're
Okay.
doing on this space station is they're mining something called nilium.
Mm-hmm.
It's a precious mineral, you know. And the main guy, his name's Director DeVolt. He's kind of serves as the main antagonist in the game. DeVolt wants them to dig deeper and deeper into the asteroid that the space station is attached to harvest this nilium. And they go too deep, and he finds out that the nilium is deeply connected to the cosmos, and that's what really starts the whole thing.
And one of the things that I always liked about fictional types of metals or minerals is origins of its name. Why it called like that? What was your
So
idea
it's a
around
reference.
calling?
It's a reference
Yes.
to nihilism. It sounds like nihilism.
Yeah.
So this
Does it
going
have
along with the
any
theme of
kind
the
of
game, very
narrative
dark.
connection to I don't know, story of the game, or it's just because you found it funny?
Yeah, found it funny, and it sounds dark. It sounds hopeless. So it kind of goes along with that tone of this game. Which that was one of the things. The visual and the narrative tone of this game. The whole thing is so bleak. It's actually
Mm-hmm.
so bleak. I don't know that if for my next game I would pick a
Go
setting
for
like
that.
this again.
Mm-hmm.
Because working on it for 5 years straight, every data log, every story part is, I mean, there's some comedy in there, but for the most part, it's just so saturated in just darkness and dismalism that, I think my next game might be a little happier.
I don't think you will go full Disneyland, but I think working on something like that for, as you said, 5 years, right, can affect your mental
Yes.
health in a not fun way.
Yeah, something like that for sure.
Okay. How many health potions do I still have? Health vials, I'm sorry. Vials. Okay, let me save. Let me save and come back to cameras to talk a bit more.
Sure. Maybe mine won't be so grainy this time. Probably will be, though.
Yeah, right now you look perfect. So, you said that it's like a dark setting, that every datapad is grim, everything that happens is screwed up in an interesting way, many things that could go wrong on the station. Why would you went with this route for your first full game? Like, as I understood that you worked on something else before, but this is something you finally finished.
Sure. And yeah, I mean, if I had known the game was going to take 5 years, I don't think I would have chosen such a dark subject matter. But I mean, I've always been a fan of stuff like that. I'm a big David Lynch fan. And again, like as far as movies go, like the Hellraiser movies or Event Horizon, kind of a Clive Barker vibe. And so it just seemed fitting, especially games like, Doom, Quake. It's the same stuff, it's a portal to hell and there's 1,000 demons after you. And so it seemed like a good subject matter to go with. Um, but then as I went, it's like we almost became locked in. The game kind of became boxed in by the tone we had set. I did try to branch off and do some stuff a little bit funnier, a little bit sillier.
Mm-hmm.
Or like I said, we have those Lovecraftian plant enemies in there. But for the most part, once we set the narrative tone of like we're in deep space, no one can hear you scream type of vibe, you get pretty locked into that. So, which is fine. I mean, I enjoyed it. I got that one out of my system. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I think I did it well. I think a lot of games pull punches with that vibe. We didn't pull any
Mm-hmm.
punches. I mean, there's bodies and stuff throughout the game. There's different there's a part where you can split a guy in half. Like there's a lot of it's hyper violent, definitely.
One of the reasons I think why other games are a bit too scared to do this, because it's like a triple A, maybe in double A space. It's frowned upon. People will think that you are, I don't know, ignoring some part of your audience if you go this road. But in indie space, you can do this. You can do something unusual, something unique, maybe something more darker than the usual type of vibe in every other game.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. When you're
mm-hmm,
making indie games, and especially when you have no audience to start with,
mm-hmm,
you can go for whatever vibe you want. It could be, and you see that with a lot of the Fulcrum games. You've got these some that look comic booky, you've got some that look Lovecraftian,
mm-hmm.
some that are really silly, and so yeah, you can just set your own vibe, which I think is really cool.
But in terms of vibe, you said that for the next game, you will not go this route again. Do you have like any idea what you will do in your next game in terms of like, I don't know, at least color palette, something like that, like the general
Sure, sure.
idea.
So yeah, so another visual style I really love is kind of the PlayStation 1 era, like when we were
Mm-hmm.
first figuring out vertex graphics and stuff. And I really liked that era. There was a lot of unique design, but more specifically, kind of like an absurdist vibe. So
Mm-hmm.
some games I really love are games from Shiny, and so like MDK, MDK, Sacrifice, games like that, or even games like Startopia or Giants, Citizen
Mm-hmm.
Kabuto. And those games have a very kind of wacky, absurd visual style, and it lets you do a lot more. So if you're making a game in that art style, anything goes, right? You can have a bad guy and his head can just be a giant hammer or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. And it's just funny and everyone just laughs and then they move on and they're like, oh yeah, that's just the hammerhead guy. And so I think I'd probably do an art style like that next, like 3D, low poly, um, but a little bit more absurd. That way we've got less limitations on us and definitely a little friendlier, a little more Nintendo friendly.
Nintendo friendly in terms of how Nintendo does games, or more Nintendo friendly for Nintendo Switch? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, just kind of the kinds of games you would play on Switch.
Mm-hmm.
More of like a Stardew vibe, or
Mm-hmm.
even like going back to PlayStation, like Spyro. Just
Mm-hmm.
more family friendly. Could be rated T for teen, and instead of just blood and gore all day long.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know that that's what we do here in the shooter world, but
Mm-hmm.
you definitely limit yourself when you do that. If you have a more general audience, you can sell more copies of your game for sure.
But also, it's just somewhat a great change of pace after 5 years of grueling work on one of the most, not I can't say one of the most violent games in the history of mankind, but one of the most violent games and hardcore games in a recent time, let me say like that. So a
Yeah,
great
yeah,
change of pace.
appreciate that. Exactly. A good, yeah, it'll be a good change of pace. Do something a little sillier. Maybe it's got some magic element or something to it. Yeah.
Okay, let us go for our third and I think final ride for today. Let's continue this bio level. Give me a sec. Right here. And let's go. I saved? I saved. I think I saved. Confirm. Yes. Great. A card. Thank you. Let's go. Cool. What I also found, it's not that easy to aim here. Like the spread of the gun is wide. It's not as easy maybe as in some modern shooters when the game does half of the work for you in many ways. Okay, like this. Please.
That's correct. Yeah. So there's absolutely zero auto aim, and then weapons have an accuracy modifier. And so to start with, most of these guns are not crazy hit scan accurate to the crosshair. Also, for dual wielding, excuse me, for dual wielding, the guns fall a little bit to the left or the right depending on which side they are, which is good because it lets you shoot around corners. But there are weapon upgrade modules in this game that let you increase the strength or the clip capacity or the accuracy of your weapon. And so later on, you'll find accuracy modifiers that will increase the accuracy. So especially the guns like the LMG or the pistols, it makes them a lot more accurate.
Okay. Please, please, please. Thank you. Okay. Those zombies are somewhat different from the other ones? Because I see that the sprite is different. Does they have more HP or what? Yeah,
The ones
those guys.
the brown ones, yeah, the brown ones are a little stronger. Yeah, they're a little bit stronger and a little
they're
bit faster.
I think.
Yep. You can also open some of the cabinets on the walls, by the way. I don't know if you saw that.
Those ones? I've tried it, but I failed miserably, at least on the first level of the game. Okay.
Yeah, some of them don't open, some of them do. It's not everyone, but some of them open.
Okay, so I don't have blue, I have yellow. Okay, so not this. Good, good. Nothing here. HP good. Am I lost? Maybe. I think I am. But I'm willing to
I
go.
wouldn't say you're totally lost yet.
Yep, I was there like a second ago. And here too, I think. Let's try.
So you've got the yellow key card, so you'll want to go back out into the main intersection.
Okay, got it. Got you. I think it's here, right? Maybe anything here opens, please? Yes! Nope.
Excuse me, I have a little cough.
It's okay. I'm also a bit sick. My intersection is here. We were here at the beginning. Yes. Nothing. Yeah, some kind of map, like first levels were easier, but right now even I feel like I'm a bit lost and can't find my way out of here. Just
so if you're at the blue door, yeah, and
not here. I was here already.
There's a yellow hallway. It's got a bright door and everything. But
okay.
I do agree with you. The maps are very sprawling, and so it can get easy to get lost.
Well, the previous ones were not. Oh, found it. Nice. Not that bad. Of a player. Not that geographically challenged as previously thought. But before going there, I want to explore here just in case. Maybe I will find something there. Oh, other than this creature.
There's also some doors in this level that are made of plants, and your flashlight opens them because they're photosensitive.
Whoa, for real? Please, let's try this. Okay.
I don't think the big guy can be neurotethered.
I didn't intend it to. I wanted to use the zombie to somewhat damage him before going in by myself. That was the idea. Okay. Do I want to go there? Let's try this. What the hell? Ah, it's locked. And I don't have a key for now. Or the password. Maybe it's here somewhere. Is it here somewhere?
Not yet.
Ah, god damn it. Okay. Okay, let's go for the yellow door. It was there somewhere.
Right behind you, yeah.
Yeah. Not here.
No, it's back where you were.
Mm-hmm.
You were very close before.
No. Here. Yep. So, like this, right? This door should open by using. Yep.
A
It does.
flashlight, yes.
It works. Hell yeah. Anything interesting? Please don't kill me. Great. What it is? Can I take it? I don't think I can. I don't have the space in my inventory for this. Precision module. I think I can do this. I can throw this off. Take the module. Use the module. The shotgun, for example. Okay, it does not work. Maybe into rifle.
See,
Okay.
some games, like, I think the original System Shock didn't even have inventory spaces. Like, I think it had unlimited inventory.
Like this. Oh goddamn, we are so good. We are so back.
We are so back.
Famous last words because of this creature. Take. Let's go. I think. And what kind of crafting we'll be doing on this level? Like you said, bombs. What else?
Yeah, you could do the bombs. You could do health vials. You could do an invincibility vial, and you could also do the stimulant vial. And but you know, there's only crafting on 2 levels, so you kind of gotta. It's worth. People won't realize this on a first run, but later on, it's worth grinding this map and getting all the plants that you can to make as much stuff as you can. But the grenade, crafting the hand grenade is necessary to beat the level. So.
And I think this is where we can do this, right? Yes. Okay. What can we make?
So first thing you want to do, definitely make sure you have some empty space in your inventory first.
Okay.
So I would go ahead and drop some guns just while you work on the screen.
For example, something like this. Yep. So, invalid. And it's just trial and error, right? So I try this.
It'll tell you when you can do it. So it'll say
container required. So this one, invalid container. Okay. Okay. What else do we have? Flask, vial. Opa.
Now to get the grenade, I think you've got to mix the orange one and the blue one, and then the flask.
Okay, and if I do the red one, invalid. And if I switch the order, does anything changes? Yes, it does.
No, the order doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay. Still good enough. We've got some health potions. We've got the bomb. I think we are ready to go.
Nice. Now that bomb, you'll use that on that wall that had the electricity coming from it. There's a crack, and you're going to use the bomb on that wall.
Okay.
There's also another password on this side of the map. So go to that back room before you leave.
In this back room, right? That opened with the flashlight.
No, the one.
Okay.
The further one, down the hallway.
Okay. Oh, down the hallway. Got you. Let me see.
No, it's like the back area.
Yeah. Understood. Just give me. Let me kill this. Okay. Take and strip. So
Your health's
bottom
getting
on this
lower.
corridor, right? Here.
Mhm.
Okay. Let me take a look. No. At least I
No,
can
you were
find
in the
it.
you were. It's that dark room you were in.
Okay.
So yeah, exactly. All the way at the back, that dark room. There's a bunch more stuff in there.
I am so lost. You have no idea.
Well, it doesn't help that there's a delay.
Ah,
There's
I
a
found it.
delay on the
I
screen.
found it. Precision enhancement module. We went through this. Was not able to take it. Okay. And I don't even think. No. I've took it and I installed it into the shotgun. Still, there is another
Yeah, you
one.
don't need to pick that up again if you don't want to repair your other guns. But
Okay.
no, there's a room back there still on the left. So go out that
Okay.
door and then go to the left, and there's a whole area that you haven't explored yet.
On the left. Goddamn. What? I am so lost. This is somewhat embarrassing.
You
Somewhat, at
said
least some.
yeah, it's that the back of this room, that dark area. There you go. You got it.
Oh, I don't, because I just left from there. Okay.
Well, there's
Okay, I will just, for now, I will go try to explore the whole area a bit more, because I'm sure I will come back here for one reason or
Sure.
another. 'Cause at least I would need to
Yeah, this is what I
maybe
was
craft a
talking-
bit
this is the area I
more.
was talking about.
Or
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. You're good.
Select an option.
let me save, confirm. Good. For now, here, anything here? Nothing.
I would use health vials. I would get your health fixed
Yeah,
before you get
yes.
killed.
And save after that. Please, please, please.
Select an option.
Great.
To save or delete recovered from saved.
And about the voice acting, how much time did it took you and your girlfriend to record all those lines? Like, it was a year or it was a bit less?
We recorded all the lines at the end of development, so just a couple days.
Just a couple days? Okay.
Yep. We just did
It
them all
was
in one or two sessions.
okay. I think I've got everything from here, but I still. Ah, you said about the area that I'm gonna open with the bomb. It's here, right? Back in the main room.
Back in the main room, down the hallway, there's an area with it's got electricity and sparks. That's kind of how we visually, footnoted where to use the bomb at.
Okay. I've drawn this out for a reason. Let's go. Let's open up. Okay. Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
Here, everything that I can. Salvage everything that I can. I feel like a hoarder, but in a good way. Like in a way that is enjoyable. Okay. Here, sparks, not... found it. Okay.
So you can press G to throw your grenade. Don't stand right by the wall or you'll kill yourself, but throw it at that crack in the wall.
Okay. It opened. Hell yeah. I was scared that I threw it like maybe a bit too far away from the crack, and I would need to craft another one. Okay. Hell yeah. Found everything I need. Maybe here something. Yes. Here. Yes. And we are golden. The main thing is to find the blue one. It was easy. And I think that's it, right, for this level?
That almost. This opens.
Almost?
This allows the exit door to open now. You still gotta find the exit door.
Okay. So the final exit door for the level, right? Should be.
Mm-hmm.
And where can I find it? Because I have
You're on
no
the right.
idea.
You're on the right path. You're on the right
Alright.
path.
Okay. Oh, okay, I see it. Am I full HP? Almost. Good.
Have your little go in there. Have your little John Wick moment.
My little I died moment. Okay, how far away am I? Quite a lot, but I remember where I need to go. Let's try this again.
But you had just saved, so you know.
Yeah. Not just saved, but yeah, I'm pretty not that far away. Let's try this again. Should be somewhere here. This is a door that opens, yes. Good. Somewhere here, somewhere here, somewhere here. Not. No. Can I loot it? Yes, I can. Where is the cable? Okay. I remember it being here somewhere.
Yeah,
Am I
you're in the
going
very
correctly?
beginning. You're close.
Wait, no, yeah. So after the door opens, it's like one big shootout moment, and then are there any bosses in here also, or it's just
No,
it's like a
level's
final
after that.
room with a bunch of enemies?
Yeah, and then the level's done after that.
Oh, okay. So I died right at the end. Classic.
Yep, classic. You're close. Just turn around and then just go straight,
Yep.
and then just
I
keep
was
going straight.
I say to myself that it's good because I'm looting.
That's
Okay.
right.
Here. I remember the guys in there. Please die. Thank you. I'm gonna take it. And no, strip. Strip, I said. Thank you. This I already have. Yep. And now for the final fight. Let me heal. I will not die again. I need my shotgun. Let's go. And we go here.
I think you're
hope
better
for
with
the best.
directions than you have credit for. I think you're navigating the maps pretty well, actually.
Not really. I'm getting lost quite a lot. Quite often, even. Oh, I can save. I can save.
Select an option below to save or delete recovery point saved.
At least if I die now, it will be not as I don't know.
Right.
Feel
Now
bad
go
moment.
direct. Now go directly right and just keep going.
Thank you. Now I need the other gun. The other gun, please. Yes, you. Okay. One down. Shotgun. This combat is much more tactical than the usual shooters.
Yeah, definitely it is.
Okay, the last guys. 1, 2, 3. Good.
I noticed some people in the reviews saying, like, as far as the combat goes, they'd be like, I don't understand, like, I go in a room and then everyone shoots me. And I always sort of laugh at that because, like, yes, that's how that works. And you know, for a regular game to play out where you can just run and gun everybody, it's sort of like the enemies don't shoot you. They just sort of walk around and kind of pretend that you're not there half the time. So
That
these
was
enemies are aggressive.
devious. That was devious.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
Yeah. Jump scare. Big jump scare.
It's not a jump scare. It's the idea that you are safe, that you've done it, that it's all gonna be okay, and it's really not. Okay. Whew. That was intense.
Okay, now you're coming up with my favorite level. We can play this for a little bit.
Okay.
See this is the outdoor level you're coming up on now. If you look up on this map, you'll actually see, you can see out of the glass and see into space. You see outside of the space station. Takes a little while to load,
Okay.
though.
Now entering fire gas.
Okay. And it's all
Yeah, it's still
inside
going.
the space
Great.
station, right?
Yeah, this is all inside of a space station still. You look up and it's raining, and you can see out of the glass of the dome.
Ah,
of the
yeah, I
space
see,
station.
I see it. Lol. It's an open season, I think, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So this is my favorite map
anything to
that we made.
And the whole level is like this, right?
No, you do end up going back indoors, but I mean, you're still inside this area. But no, it goes back into corridors after a while. And you can
Still,
swim.
It's
and,
it's
you know.
such a unique department from the usual formula of games like this, where the. Oh, can I find something? Can I die underwater? Just a quick question.
No, you have unlimited oxygen.
Oh, okay. Anything interesting here? Flashlight.
There
No.
is an upgrade at the very end of this corridor, but you have to have your flashlight out to see it.
Yeah, that was my thought process too. But right now I need to do this.
Oh, I maybe wouldn't drop stuff in this area. You might lose it.
Okay, I will just straight up strip it then. And what else can I strip? Nothing for now, but I think good. Let's go. Let's go exploring. Here. Here. Anything else here? Not really. I think I missed something. Maybe, or maybe not.
Yeah, there's just a precision module there on the ground. That's all that's in here.
But I need to find it. My honor as a gamer is on stake. I found it, I think. No. Yes, I found it. Inventory is full. God damn.
Yeah, it's really hard
I'm
to
gonna discard you. I'm sorry. I can't discard. Good. Goodbye.
Yeah, you can get rid of all those. You don't really need those vials and stuff anymore. You can
Yeah,
probably get rid of those.
this is what I thought. Why I discarded one of the flowers, I think. Discard, and discard, and this one also. Great. So, back to the shotgun. Is this like something like an agriculture tractor, I think, or so? What is the idea behind this vehicle?
Yeah, exactly. It's for tilling the ground and terraforming all the rocks and stuff. So,
Which is like terraforming the ground on a space station. In what way it was used when it was all okay? Like a resort or something, or for any other, creepy reasons?
just a little bit of both. Yeah, a little bit of a hotel resort. People can come here and stay, and then also just for the agriculture. And this, the sketchiness really happens once you're down in the asteroid. So they weren't doing anything too sketchy in these areas of the map.
Okay. Yeah, I
And
can
this
see the
area is pretty
borders.
big. You could explore for a while.
Are there anything that is hidden here other than this precision model? I think there it is, but
Yeah,
I
there's
wonder-
pickups and stuff around. I wouldn't worry
Mhm.
about it too much.
still, my need for exploring is calling me right now. Not for long. Come here.
Yeah, you're on the right path. This is definitely where you need to go.
Thank you. Okay. Please sneak. Please sneak. Good. I don't think I need a while right now. What is that? Amplificator. Okay. Whoa. Okay. And that's it. It was just a somewhat a secret area. What else can I find here? Nothing more. Okay. Still, I've said it that many times today, but a lot of unique stuff, because we've seen a lot of games in the setting of space station goes wrong. Dead Space, the game from the developers of the Dead Space, I forgot how it's called. It was released a bit recently, I think. Something. Give me a sec. I need to Google it. I remember Project Eva or something like that.
Yeah, there's lots of them.
Dead Space X devs game horror. Give me. Newest game, yes, and Callisto Protocol. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Mhm.
All of those games. Okay, I see you. 3-digit password. Maybe new. Still, an open space of like the nature resort type of style space in space station is a unique idea that I didn't saw in any other I don't know, space adjacent games.
Sure. Yeah, I actually got the. I appreciate that you find it so unique. The idea for this level actually came from this old RTS strategy game called Startopia. And in Startopia, the whole game takes place in a space station, and you can actually go around the entire. It's a Taurus-style space station like this, so a circle. But you can actually go around the entire thing segment by segment, and when you go to the top level, it's a biome like this. And so I played that game so much when I was a kid, and I kind of want to recreate that biome here, and so that's kind of what I did.
Oh,
But yeah, it does come off as really unique compared to the usual settings of like a medical lab, a repair area, that kind of thing.
yeah, because after a while, those settings are, I don't know, you've seen them one too many times during the during your playtime, during your maybe career as a gamer, because a lot of games that went through the direction of like space horror, like a lot of Alien games was released recently. All of them are on space station, and you crawl in like every shaft and every, I don't know, repair facility for the, I don't know, 10th time. It gets boring after a while.
Oh, for sure, I agree.
I
Now you've got the authenticator in your inventory. That'll show you the password you're looking for. You already got it in your inventory.
and I use it how?
Just read the password off the description.
Oh, okay. 795. Okay. 795.
And then you can get rid of that. You can scrap that authenticator after that. You don't need it again.
Good. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. And I love this gun.
Arrow tether.
1, 2. Good. Anyone else? Great. This gun is perfect. I'm very much in love with it.
I'm glad. We'll have to do some clips. We'll have to put some clips up and some reels of using the the neurotether gun, because yeah, it's definitely a unique mechanic. I can't think of any off the top of my head. I can't think of any games that have it. So we should definitely
I
show
think,
people more this kind of gameplay exists.
yeah, I can't remember anything like this either. Like, from the top of my head, for sure.
Dungeon Keeper 2 let you do it, but that was an over-the-top, RTS. It was like overhead, but then you had a possession spell. You could click your guys, and then you could control them first person for a while. That's the only thing I can really think of.
I remember one of our games, Space Rangers 2, where you have like an RTS type of gameplay. You can take control of, again, one of your guys and do it by yourself.
Oh, really? That's awesome. I'll check that out. I love that. That sounds very Dungeon Keeper influenced. That sounds cool.
But RTS is not the main part of this game. It's like one of the things that you can do in it. Where is my shotgun? It's here. I need to unload it. Distribute it. It's like it's a very unique game in many ways because there's like 3 or 4 genres in there, and one of
You said
them
it was called
is
Space
RTS.
Rangers?
Space Rangers 2, yeah.
Oh, I gotta check it out. That sounds really cool.
You will like it. It's like one of the old gems.
Tell the guys I need a code.
Easy. I will provide it yourself. Honestly, I was playing Space Rangers when I was like 6 years old. So like
I love that.
25 years ago. God damn.
Sure.
Select an option.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, time flies. Time flies.
Okay, and now after this open zone, we are back in the kitchen. We are back in the corridors, but still very much nature coded by the environment.
Yes, exactly. And there's spaces throughout this level where there's no ceiling and it's raining and stuff inside too. So that's cool.
Any other
shout
experiments
out to my friend.
gone wrong in here? What are those guys?
Oh no, not
Yeah.
so much. Just the XRG, just mainly the XRG in here. The big Lovecraftian monsters. Shout out to Clayton. Clayton, one of our level designers, he did the interiors for a lot of this map right here. I did the exterior outdoor area, and then Clayton did some of these interior corridors. He actually made this as a multiplayer map, but we ended up not being able to do multiplayer the way we wanted to do with GameMaker. And so we took all the multiplayer maps and combined them into the single-player campaign to make additional map levels. And he did a really cool job. I really love this environment, all the neon glowing everywhere. It kind of almost reminds me of the first Halo, the way some of the bays are made, but I love it.
Honestly, never played any Halo in my entire life, I think, so I can't say anything about this.
They're not my favorite games, but the first 3 Halo games are really good. Actually, all the way through Reach is really good. Again, that's not really my style of game either, but they did have some cool sci-fi to them.
The guys that are on fire, who are they? What the hell?
They're zombies that don't understand how fire works. They got a little too close.
Okay.
You get a flamethrower later. You could set everybody on fire.
Honestly, every time a game adds a flamethrower, it gets like, well, let me put it like this. If I think that the game is like 8 out of 10, for example, if it has a flamethrower, it's 9 out of 10. It's a +1 for any game that has a flamethrower in it, because it's like my favorite type of the weapon in the games ever. I think it's the most fun I'm having in the games. It's when I'm shooting flamethrowers. I don't know.
Sure. Well,
I'm okay. I'm normal. Do
later.
not call the police on me, please.
No, you're good. Yeah, there's definitely a flamethrower later, so you'll have fun with that. This is one of my favorite corridors we did, where, a lot of the levels...
Yeah, I understood already. After the second one, I get why. The third one will be here? No?
I liked being able to break up the environments with the crates, you know, so it's like it's not just a hallway, but yeah, you got smart, you started jumping over the crates. Not to trick him.
Just because I was scared to get jumped for the third time.
Yeah. And so here's a second craft machine if you wanted to make more health vials or bombs. Players can do that. It's not necessary to beat the level anymore like it was before. It's just, you know, to be able to use those because those gardener enemies are still dropping those plants and stuff.
Plants,
you definitely don't have
seeds,
to
so on
use
and
it.
so on, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not necessary to do that. So you got to go back. There's a pipe you have to turn off the gas line so that fire goes away. So walk all the way to the end here.
And
And
probably
then once
here. Maybe here. No. I need a flashlight.
it's yeah. So go back where you were, and just walk to the end. It's flickering. The light is flickering over by the pipe.
Okay. Give me a sec. Flashlight.
Yeah. And it's just on the other side of this. It's just on the other side of this catwalk that you're on.
Okay. So here somewhere. Ah, I see. Yes. I was so close. God damn it. And I can now go all the way back when to the place where the fiery guys were. Right?
Yes.
Good.
Yep. Which is just at the end of this corridor. And then the fire's all gone. And you can continue. One of the things you may not have noticed is that when you do the backtracking, just a really small, grim detail we added. When you do backtracking and you go back to an area where you've killed everybody, after a while, after about 5 minutes or so, the corpses have flies around them. And the flies are buzzing and they're making a very disturbing buzzing noise. And it just sort of adds, you know, a little bit more bleakness when you come back to those areas and everyone's dead and rotting.
I honestly, I know. I think I've noticed it very fast because the amount of backtracking I was needed to do even on the first level, like, forced me to heal those flies for quite a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Please die. I only have 2 bullets left. Okay, no bullets left. What else? Okay, you. I'm gonna use him as a scout, I think. Please die though. Please
There you go. Perfect.
Okay. Is there anyone else here? Okay.
You're getting that technique down. You're getting that bob and weave technique down. The zombie should have been a boxer. He's like boom, 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 boom.
Okay, I'm almost dead. No, please, no. Great. And I think this is my last vial. Oh no, I have quite a lot. We are good. This for now. Ammunition, strip.
This guy's arm's gonna be sore after he's jabbed himself in the arm like 50 times with health vials. You have a stimulant vial too. If you take that blue vial, it'll make you run really fast and be really strong with melee weapons.
But for a limited time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I will try to keep it. I know for the dark moment where I really need to.
There you go.
And this is like a typical gamer line of thought, and that's how we end up with, I don't know, hundreds upon hundreds of potions and ammunition even in the end of the game, because I need to save it for the boss or something like that.
Yeah, it reminds me of the first time I beat the original Diablo. I did that. I had so many potions and stuff saved, and I didn't know for that last room you go in there and then boom, Diablo's in there and you beat him, and I was like, oh, well, geez, I could have used all my potions.
Something like that happened to me in an old German game called Sacred, if you ever heard of it.
Mm-mm.
It was
Sounds
something
cool though.
like a Diablo, but made by some German guys. It had
Sure.
its
That sounds
own.
cool. I'll check it out.
Wait. Okay, I got it. Okay, here, and I'm going to sacrifice myself like this. Can you die?
So the artist that did all of the weapons, like the point of view graphics, like your hands and your feet and all that. His name's Jose, and he was the first person to come on to help me with the project. I'd actually seen a mock-up of his art before I started the game. He had a mock-up from like 2013 of pixel art first-person shooter, and I saw it on DeviantArt or Pinterest or something. I said, "Man, that's so cool!" And I just sort of put it in the back of my head. He had like 5 or 6 little mock-ups of a pixel art first-person shooter, and then finally, later 2018, 2019, I started making the game just as a hobby, and I ran into this wall that I always run into of I didn't have art, and I'm not really good at drawing. Like I said, later on, I got really good at making environment art as I've done a lot of these environments, but I could not do character art or anything. And I remembered that little picture I had saved, and I went and I found who did it, and I messaged him on DeviantArt, and he hadn't been online in like 7 years, but he got an email notification, and we got to talking about it. And yeah, he was the first person that came on the project with me, and he drew every weapon and hand that you see. So whenever you possess the enemies, all the zombie hands, he did all of that. And he did the icons for some of the weapons and stuff. He did such a great job. Jose is such a cool guy. He was one of the biggest supporters of the game.
Is shotgun? Is shotgun. I need to quickly kill this guy, and I will ask my question. Please die. Thank you.
Sure.
Honestly, I don't know. That was a cool thing to do, taking control of the zombie and killing the whole room with him. Okay, so you said you saw his pictures in 2019 or even earlier?
Even earlier, probably 2017.
Whoa.
Saw his pictures, got influenced by it, yeah.
And what was he able to play the final product? Was it his thoughts? Do you still have I don't know, any type of contact between yourself?
Oh yeah, I'm still in contact with a lot of the guys that helped me with this game, a lot of the team. I consider him a good friend, and yeah, he's played the game. He couldn't believe it, to see that he had made this pixel art concept idea. And of his game wasn't like this. It wasn't a zombie game or anything. It was just something kind of Wolfenstein-y, but sci-fi. And then to see that turn into a full-fledged game, I mean, he was without words. A lot of the team was. We actually were in the August 2023 edition of PC Gamer. We have a whole spread, 2-page spread in PC Gamer, and even like for me, I never thought I'd have a game in PC Gamer. So and this game will probably never make me rich, but it was such a fulfilling feeling to see so a little concept like that turn into a full-fledged game that's online and thousands of people playing it, lots of videos. It's very cool.
I pushed the biometric switch and before I even was able to think about what it does. Like typical gamer behavior.
Yes.
Like shiny button, I'm gonna click it.
Fair.
Please. Thank you. You also talked about a multiplayer. Can you tell a bit more about it? You said that you were not able to bring it to the final game, but what was the idea? Do you play as like a regular character with the whole arsenal, or was it like zombies against each other, some kind of asymmetrical gameplay, anything like this?
So that asymmetrical crossed my mind. No, we were working on deathmatch and we were working on co-op, but the tech made it hard basically Game Maker had an API for working with Steam.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we built out our multiplayer, we had it working. And then it totally changed. The API totally changed.
Mm-hmm.
And so we would have to go back to the drawing board and redo all of that. And so we ultimately decided not to do that,
Mm-hmm.
especially because you see a lot of these retro games, the retro shooters. I don't think I can name a single one where the multiplayer is active. It's the games are dead. And I hate that term dead game,
Mm-hmm.
but when it comes to games like this, like if you go on and there's no servers and no one's playing, you probably aren't going to check again. And so both Fulcrum and I agreed that the game probably didn't need multiplayer. I would love to come back to it and at least add the co-op,
Mm-hmm.
or like I said later in the game, there's the 6 degrees of freedom where you're in the ships.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a part in the game where you fight a zombie that's in a mech, and so
Oh.
we built out a whole mech
Absolute
system.
cinema.
Yeah, we built out a whole working mech system, and so it'd be really cool to do multiplayer modes someday where you could fly around in the ships or be in the mechs. Um, but I just don't know if it would be worth it because I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if there'll be enough people to play it, and I wouldn't want to have dead multiplayer. So something to consider.
Yeah, every multiplayer game should face this kind of a choice because what I remember, I was playing even games like Magica. Do you remember this indie game where you play as a sorcerer? You can combine your spells in every way you can. You have like a bunch of elements. You play as four sorcerers, go on adventures together. No?
I think so. Yeah.
It was a fun game. It was an indie game with a multiplayer built in and made and I know designed as a main experience. Like you are not meant to play this game solo. You are meant to play with multiplayer, not with friends, just with some random guys. And but it was not that populated. And even though the game was great, some people could even remember it because it was, especially the second part, Mega 2 was very successful, but the first one died in a sense very quickly, which was very sad, at least for me as one of the people who bought it and played it for like 100 hours, something like that, so on. So
Mhm.
yeah, indie games and multiplayer are very rarely, unless it's something made for friends, like Repo, like Among Us,
Mhm.
and so on and so on. If you, as
Exactly. Yeah.
as kids say,
If it's a
if
couch
it's a
game,
friend slop, you know.
yeah, exactly. If it's a couch game,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how the matchmaking works, you have a better odds. And that's really where multiplayer games got weird in general. My generation, we had arena games like Unreal Tournament and Quake
Mm-hmm.
3. And so, and like the early COD games where you just go on, there's lobbies and you play and that's it. Then everything got really, really weird with the matchmaking and the ELO scores. And that kind of changed what people expect from a multiplayer game.
Mm-hmm.
And we got into the battle royales where you just jump in and it's skill based matchmaking, but it's a bunch of randoms. And once we got into that, people forgot all about going on and like finding servers or like hosting a game with your friends. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what really killed multiplayer in a lot of games. Think about it, we've got more people playing games at the same time than ever before in history. But
Mm-hmm.
we also have more games than ever before in history. And so it's easy for a game to not have that many players on. But I think indie games can do better with the matchmaking. So, like Among Us did a great job with the codes, the invite codes, and like repo, and like you said, so just send your friends your code and you're all good, and you can make your server public or not public. So that would help. But the traditional way that like indie games do it, where like old games like Quake did it, where it's like hop on and host a server and then maybe join, but the game type isn't what you're expecting, and so you leave. Murder Miners comes to mind. Did you ever play Murder Miners?
Never heard of it. Sorry.
So it was an indie first-person shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of happened before the boomer shooter rage happened. It was like 2015, 2014. But like Murder Miners had pretty active multiplayer for a while. But it had that classic server structure where I'm going to host a game and then you're
Mm-hmm.
going to join the game. Maybe you'll add my IP, whatever. Um, and that just doesn't work. No one wants to play a game like that anymore. So I know that if we added multiplayer to Hyperviolent
Mm-hmm.
and did it that way, the kind of regular traditional way, yeah, I think it would have been dead multiplayer. Same thing goes for any boomer shooter. If you added multiplayer to Ion Fury, or if you added multiplayer to Turbo Overkill, any of those, I think that there wouldn't be that many playing. So I made a choice to focus on single player, but I'd like to add multiplayer later.
Uh, Co-op sounds like a great idea because, especially in those like indie games, a lot of people like to enjoy it playing with your friend. How many hours does it take to beat the Hyperviolent? Like 20 something, I think.
Playing, so I would say playing the way that you played today, which is like the kind of looking in every room,
Mm-hmm.
doing some double backtracking, takes a couple little while to
And
find the
triple
hallways.
backtracking.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I would say the game probably would take you like 7 to 9 hours,
Mm-hmm.
because if a map is taken, because there's I think there's 13 levels,
Mm-hmm.
which they're broken up by area. We call them
Mm-hmm.
areas. So there's like 15 areas. But yeah, it would take you about 10 hours. Now I've seen people do it in like 5, but that's when they know the passwords and they know where to go.
On the first try, or just like on repeat runs?
Yeah, definitely reruns, not first try. First try is
Okay,
taking you 7 hours. It would
7 hours.
probably take
Okay,
me 5 hours still, which I think is
okay.
pretty good value for a $15 game. I think is a decent value.
I was talking about the fact that co-op games for like a friend of yours, like me and you, we are both, for example, like we are not at 20 something years old. We have a lot of things to do. So playing together in a game that is longer than 15, 20 hours tops is impossible. Like it's
Right.
impossible. Full stop. Like I've tried to play. Divinity 2 original scene with my friend, and it's like a several hundreds hours type of game, and we've never made it past 30 hours because
Right.
it's nothing you can do when you're an adult. You can't scrape like 10 hours a week to a game to your friend on a regular basis. One time, maybe 2 times, just to get through like Hyperviolent, for
Sure.
example. Perfectly fine. I will go for it. But
I
large
think if we
like
did co-op, we'd also add saving. So I think
mm-hmm,
we would add saving, so that would help too, because then you could pick back up where you left off. Yeah, I think like 4-player co-op, 3 to 4 player
mm-hmm,
co-op would be a really cool feature for the game, because all those areas work, for more than
mm-hmm.
one player. Maybe we just have to make the enemies stronger, right? To where it takes both of you sitting there blasting the guy
Or maybe
to really take him
populate
down.
the area more, just spawn more enemies in some areas. Because as you said, the bio level was planned as a multiplayer map, so I think just adding more guys in there, it's not that dangerous for performance, for example.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I would like to do a death match, where you just duke it out. And we had that, like I said, sad, we had that working. We sent that Fulcrum, the publisher saw it, but everything just got changed on the software
Hmm.
side. Yeah, it became obvious that it wasn't worth it. Plus, we didn't want to keep the game in early access any longer. People were
Hmm.
ready for the game to come out of early access, because we had only given about 7 levels, and so people were
Hmm.
ready for more areas to play. So
Still, as far as I'm new here, I'm not gonna lie. Still, when I went through reviews of Hyperviolent and how people, I know what they write about the game, what they think about the game. Yes, as you mentioned, some of them struggled with the ceiling of the skill floor. I think in terms of finding all the clues, understanding where you need to go, and so on. But people who are into that, they liked the game big time, I would say, because this is a rare product. This is a unique game, and to find something like this on today's market, it's not an easy task if it's a doable task at all. So even as you said, you spent 5 years on a game. I think you've done a great work. It's a very cool and unique game, and I enjoyed going through off stream and on stream too.
yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. yeah, like I said, I hope we find more of those people in that audience. I know they exist. There was a game that came out a while back that Rutger Hauer from Blade Runner, he did
Mm-hmm.
the whole narration of the game. Can't remember what it's called now, but he played a detective or something. You know, and that was the
Mm-hmm.
same thing. You're going through finding the clues. It was like an immersive sim. Like you
Mm-hmm.
said, it's hard to find these games. You know, the System Shock remaster came out recently. That was really good, but there's not a lot of these games. So I hope we can find each and every player that is looking for a game like this because
Personally, come into
yeah,
the
exactly.
house
That'll
like,
be really
hey mate, play the game.
yes, please. Please, if you like that kind of thing, this is definitely for you. So but I appreciate that. Thank you for those kind words.
It was an easy thing to do because it's all true, straight up. Not even like I'm a part of a publisher and I must say nice things. It's just that it was a unique experience in so many ways, especially after
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
all those shooters that are coming nowadays. Like, for example, what I've last played in terms of shooters, Battlefield 6. I was not enjoying my time there.
Yeah, the yearly release combat game is so played out. And that's great for indies, you know.
Mm-hmm.
One of the last things I'll say here is indies are having a really good time right now on in some ways because the AAA games have just they are just rinse and repeat. You know, you got Ubisoft closed, canceled 6 games. It's like there's not good stuff coming out in that regards. You have some rare stuff coming out like AA, like you've got Arc Raiders and stuff like that. That's pretty unique. But when it's the same yearly episodic releases over and over, I mean, to the point that they're using the same models for the guns over and over, it's like, why
Animations
pay for that
and sounds.
$70? Yeah, exactly. All of it. Why pay $70 every year? $70 in Battlefield, $70 Call of Duty every year, over and over again. That's not really gaming. And I think now gamers are realizing that and they're playing indie games. They're giving them a chance, even on the consoles, on the PlayStation Store, on the Xbox Store. They're just giving that weird game a chance. And you know, like you said, Repo blew up, and that's great for indies. So it's a good time to learn how to make video games and to just get your ideas out there.
Because this is a place that breeds innovation, that breeds something that can bring something new to the table. Because yeah, if you play those earlier like 2027, 2028 releases, they will be all the same. Like, for example, if I remember correctly, the last really cool game from Ubisoft that I enjoyed very much was Prince of Persia. That was
Yeah.
it was a very indie-like game. It was like something when, for example, if we took an indie developer and give him a bit more money than usual, and he could come
Mm-hmm.
up with a bit more production value than usual, and it was a perfect game. I enjoyed it very much, and I don't remember what else from the Ubisoft I enjoyed in the last maybe like 7 or 6 years, other than Prince of Persia.
Right, and you know, and that game came out in 2003. I rushed to the store to buy to buy Sands of Time when it came out. And you know, it's funny you said like it's like if you gave an indie guy a big budget. You know, Jordan Mechner, who made Prince of
Mm-hmm.
Persia, I mean, he's like the king of indie. When Jordan
Mm-hmm.
Mechner made the original Prince of Persia in the 80s, he was like 20 years old and he was filming his brother running and then he was going in and he was pixelizing over the rotoscoped footage of his brother. So, in a lot of ways, that's exactly what that game was. So, yeah, like there's a lot of creative games that have existed, but now I think the creativity is in the indie scene. That's where people are trying new things every single day. One of the most unique games I've played, Buckshot Roulette. I actually
What?
didn't play Buckshot Roulette for a while, but when I finally played Buckshot Roulette,
Mm-hmm.
it changed my whole mind on making games. Of course, I was almost done with Hyperviolent already,
Mm-hmm.
but to realize that you can make a game where you just go into a room
Mm-hmm.
and you do a thing, and the thing is not really set, right? There weren't a lot of games like Buckshot Roulette before that, but they're like, yeah, what if we just play? It's basically a card game, but then it's 3D and it's low poly, and it's just so unique.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone can make a game like that. You can make a game like that. You can come up with an idea. Yeah, you go into the kitchen and you're trying to do the dishes, but creatures are coming out of the sink and they're trying to kill you while you're doing it. And you've got to like grab the knives and smash them with stuff, or turn on the garbage disposal, or whatever. Like, I just came up with that idea in 2 seconds. That can be a whole indie game.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the space is cool.
We don't need to go too far away. Balatro. I've spent like 300 hours there. I love gambling. Screwing Balatro is I know it's taken control of my life for a month or two. Whenever I have like a free time, I was doing another anti and playing it non-stop. So yeah, for now at least, the indie games stay winning big time.
For sure. And they, and they don't make $1 billion, but you don't need to make $1 billion. If you're an indie dev and you make a game that sells 100,000 copies, even 50,000 copies, that'll change your life, So
Yeah, it's life-changing money.
absolutely.
So, I think we'll be doing this for 2.5 hours, while the original plan was to do it 1 hour and a half. A bit.
I guess we had fun with it.
At least, well, I did. What about you?
Absolutely, absolutely. It was a pleasure. You played the game well, and I think we showed some really good parts of it.
I played it. Let's put it that way. Still, thank you for coming. It was a pleasure to talking with you, listening you explain your line of thoughts, explaining every single kind of reference that you left in the game, guiding me through the game, because without you, I would not make it out it. Like, I would probably be still stuck searching for another card. So
Absolutely.
thank you.
Well,
Thank you for coming.
you. Of course, everyone go out, and if you haven't played it yet, grab HYPERVIOLENT. We put a lot of patches, and a lot of the issues that we had at launch are fixed. So go and play it and give it a shot and tell your friends.
Okay. Everyone who is still here, thank you for staying this late. Thank you if you watch us on YouTube, thank you for going through the whole video. Anything for YouTube community, Daniel? Anything unique for them, like and subscribe? I hate this stuff. I'm gonna be honest. I hate this stuff.
Yeah,
with burning
subscribe,
passion.
smash the subscribe button. Absolutely, clobber them over the back of the head with a hammer.
Hype the video on mobile version of the app. It also works, I think. I hope. Still, thank you everyone who is still here. This is not the last time we are streaming. I think we'll be streaming a lot more games in the future, and I hope we will see you, Daniel, in future too. Maybe even with HYPERVIOLENT again. Why not? Like in a month or two, let us finish. Let me go and maybe to the final level and go through this together. For example.
Yeah, we'll do the 6 degrees of freedom. We'll do the ship level.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we've
thank
talked
you everyone
about this
watching.
for so long. It will be cool to show it off.
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks for everyone for watching, and all the fans and supporters of all the Fulcrum games. We appreciate it.
Okay, and goodbye.